one mindset that you can use to move from 580 to 720. Hi, my name is Mandeep. I'm a GMAT coach and founder of GMAT Mantra. So if you're stuck at maybe let's say 580, 590, 600, 620, and you have given GMAT once, twice, thrice, and you don't see any improvement, you have tried everything, you have given a lot of mock tests, you have solved thousands of questions, you have read all the theory part, whatever is possible, but still you don't see any improvement. There's only one thing that's stopping you. So if you understand that, you can immediately see improvement in your GMAT score. But if you don't do that, irrespective how much practice you do, you will not see any improvement. It's a very simple mindset, and the mindset is solving every question that you get wrong yourself. Understand that when you're solving a question and you get that question wrong, there are only two reasons that you get the question wrong. One is the theory part. Second is that you don't know the right approach. So mostly what happens, I think this happens in sentence correction and quant. Because these two are similar sections. Let's say you're solving a sentence correction question and you have already done all the theory part, because I'm talking about people you have already given GMAT. So I assume that they have been through all the theory part, but still they're getting the questions wrong. So what happens when they practice? So let's say they are solving a sentence correction question and it's around 650, 700 level question. So when they solve a question, if the question is based on the topic in which they are comfortable with, let's say it's a singular plural verb error, so they will be able to solve that question, and it's a 600, 650, 700 level. So, but it's on singular plural verb, so they will be able to solve it. But if the topic is, let's say it's tenses, and you are aware of the theory but you're not comfortable with tenses, and this is what I've seen, that most of the students are not comfortable with tenses, specifically present perfect tense and past perfect tense. So let's say you're solving the question and you see the tense error, but mostly what they do, they ignore it. So ignore that error and just looking for the errors that they are comfortable with. But that error is not present, and that's a tense based question. So the one thing that they normally do is that, okay, because they have to somehow give the answer, so they simply just start reading the sentence, read the options, and just work on their intuitions. And based on their intuitions, they take the decision. And once they are done with the question, and they know they got that question wrong, they go to the GMAT club and they start reading the explanations given at the below the question. And when they read the explanation, they think, okay, now I understand that. But next time when they get the same question on the same topic, they get it wrong. This is where everybody who is in this range is stuck. What you have to do is that, let's say you get the question wrong and you know that it's a tense question. The other thing that normally do is, one thing is that you read the explanation. Second is that, they just doubt themselves and they go back and revise the entire theory. These are the only two things that everyone is doing, nothing else. When you get a question wrong, okay, I'm assuming that because you have read all the theory, only then you are attempting 650, 700 level question. That means you don't have to go back to the theory. The only thing is you don't know how to use that theory. How do you use that? Okay, let's say the question is on past perfect tense. So when you're solving a sentence correction question, so you saw past perfect in two options, and three options we don't have past perfect. That means either past perfect is correct or past perfect is wrong. So I ask most of them when I'm discussing a question with the students, so I ask them, do you know how past perfect tense is used? I know the theory, but I don't remember the usage. So I ask them, okay, tell me the theory. It's something in the past. I don't remember exactly. I ask them, you don't remember it, or you don't want to go back and ask yourself exactly what it means? I say, what does it mean? Okay, to explain this, okay, I tell them, okay, did you have your breakfast? He said, the person says yes. Okay, I asked them, what did you have in the breakfast? So let's say bread omelette. Okay, great, you remember. Then I asked them, did you have your dinner last night? So they say yes. So I asked them, do you remember? Most of them do. Then I asked them, let's say today is 31st March. So I asked them, do you remember what you ate on 15th March in lunch? I don't know. So can I say, can you go back to your memory lane and tell me, or you don't know? because you ate, and if you have done something, it will be a part of your memory. But you don't want to go back to the memory lane and think. This is the problem with maximum students. They don't want to think. Thinking is that, okay, ask them if you have to tell me, okay, what you ate on 15th March in your lunch. So what will you do? So he says, okay, I have to think, okay, which day was it? So let's say 31st March is Sunday. So you just go back, okay, -7 is 24. So -7 is 17. So probably it would be Friday. And then on Friday, normally I was in office or I was at home. If I was at office, what normally do I eat in the lunch? Are you saying I'm asking right questions to reach that right answer? Let's say the person ate pasta on Friday, on 15th March in lunch. I asked them, if I ask the same question, that what you ate on 15th March in lunch, probably after a week, will you take the same amount of time or you will take less time? He said, I'll take less time. I said, the same thing happens in the sentence correction and quant. When you're practicing, and if you're stuck at a question, you have to go back to your memory lane and ask, how do we use past perfect tense? And you have to stay there. Okay, may it take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. I've never seen a student giving more than probably 2 to 3 minutes on a particular error. They switch. They're not able to think through on a particular error. So if you just, when you're practicing and you just sit with that question and you handle that past perfect tense yourself, once it's done, next time if you get the same question and the same error, you can solve it in a minute's time. This is what happens. And if you're not doing this with every error, because there are limited errors, it's not infinite. There are finite number of errors in SC and quant, because these are two similar topics which are based on theory. If you approach this way and you just give time in your practice, and trust me, it will take only a month's time to master SC, but you give almost a year because you don't go and think. If you master this one mindset, you will see immediate improvement. And if you're not doing this, irrespective what you do thousands of questions, you're not going anywhere, you're here. So try this out and see, is it helping you or not? Thank you.